says your hotkey profile has a conflict and may prevent.
It should be fine.
Information about the selected unit is displayed at the bottom of the screen. Additionally, the commands for this unit are displayed in the bottom right. It is time to issue a command. Right-click the beacon to order the Marine to move to it.
Yeah, but mostly we're gonna D-left click.
Well done, recruit. Next, you will learn the attack move order.
Oh yeah, don't do that though.
This is another way to instruct the Marine to
I guess you
move,
could.
but he will automatically attack any enemies along the way. Give the attack move order. Of course.
Damn.
That's attack move.
Yep, that's attack move.
E left click.
Yep, D-left click.
I just did another round and I got 34,832.
Oh
I
yeah.
just killed it. Every single one was like pretty close. Nice.
Try adjusting your camera so hostile units detected. I will send you additional reinforcements. You can also left-click the minimap to change your view of the battlefield. Very good, Commander. Your aptitude scores have exceeded the current average. You will need to select all of your Marines before engaging the hostile units. Left-click and hold to drag a box around your units.
Be right back.
This will result in their selection. This better be good. The Dominion prizes cooperation. You may order a group of units in the same manner you would order an individual. Issue an attack.
Can you double tap D to?
Issuing a new order will
D-left click is how you'd want to do it.
Not double tap.
Double tap shouldn't work, but maybe it will. But if it does, that's kind of a... I doubt it would be consistent. Alright, it probably wouldn't.
Your completion of this exercise has placed you in the 90th percentile of all Dominion recruits. Receiving transmission. Command simulation.
But you wouldn't want to really do that.
We've got a situation that needs a commander, and you're the best recruit we've seen for months. What do you say? Ready for some field experience?
I love the idea of at this point being like, wow, you're really good at this.
Yeah. I thought that was funny too. You're the 90th percentile.
Whoa.
Welcome to Taurus 4. Not my favorite planet in the sector. Some of our science officers went out looking for Protoss artifacts last week, and those eggheads haven't returned yet. It can get ugly out there. I need you to establish a base and send out a search party.
Check.
Check.
Your command center's landing now.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my gotta change something.
Hmm.
Headset mic is looking pretty quiet. Oh wait, headset mic. I need to make that. Oh, and then there's.
This stupid cat.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, that's funny. Like, check. Okay, that looks good. Alright, cool.
A mineral cluster to get them to mine it. Big job, huh?
Not gonna mine just that one, or?
Go. They'll keep mining until you tell them to stop. They must think they're getting paid overtime. Check the top right corner of your screen to see how many minerals you've stockpiled. We're gonna need more SCVs to get all the minerals we need. You can train them up at the command center. You're getting the hang of this. SCVs take time to get ready, but you can queue up some more while we wait. We'll need 12 SCVs to mine efficiently here. I'll even set up an objective for you at the top left of your screen so you can track your progress. Don't bother thanking me.
Enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Mine those minerals so I can have enough SCVs
Mine those
and the
minerals.
letters.
SCV ready.
Oh, and I can probably. Oh, they're already like set to go straight to here from.
Everyone on this base costs us a certain amount of supplies. Up in the top right corner of your screen, you'll see the current supply amount and its limits. Reach the limit, and we can't train anyone else. Good news is that SCVs can set up supply depots to increase our limit. Go on and order an SCV to build a supply depot.
You scared me.
Left-click the ground to confirm the building site. All right. He'll be busy until the depot's finished, but after that, you can assign him a new task. Looks like that SCV's all done, but we don't have break times here. Let's get him back to mining.
Go ahead. Be in the rear with the gear.
That's right.
Ready.
Good. Those are all the SCVs we need. Next thing we're gonna need is a barracks to train our troops for combat. Select an SCV and order him to start building one.
SCV ready.
Okay, why is everything always just space?
Click the build barracks button. Left click the ground where you want to place it.
SCV ready.
During this tutorial, the SCVs move slower than the real game, which is funny.
That's a good looking barracks if I say so myself. Let's start training some Marines. We'll need 5 of them before we push out. Your objective has been updated so you can keep track.
Who wants some? This better be good. Gangway coming through.
How do I select all of these guys?
So control click is select all of a given unit type on the screen. In the bottom left above the minimap, the select all army hotkey is control tab for you.
You want a piece of me, boy? You gonna give me orders? Got it. Affirmative.
You'll be promoted in no time if you keep this up. Let's get those Marines on the move. Time to find those missing scientists. Select your Marines and order them to head.
So something I recommend.
Hold on, Commander.
There we go. Wait till
I'm
it's
receiving
talking.
some intel from our scanner suite. It's detecting Zerg biosignatures in this area. We're gonna have to be real careful with this one. Use your attack move command while exploring. Then your Marines will be on their guard if they come across enemies.
So what I recommend is with this army selected, do Control S.
There's no time to mess around. Give your Marines an attack.
And now
to get 'em to
S is a control group, so you can do like SD and then left click somewhere. So like no matter what you have selected, you can do like SD, and that'll like say select these units and have them. You know what I'm saying?
They're just pressing S now selects these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
If I,
Yeah.
if I go and select a worker
Yeah.
and then I press S, them. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
So yeah, so you can think of like
And
SD
I did
as
that by
like,
doing control. I selected all of them and then did control S.
yeah, yeah,
There's no time to mess around. Give your Marines
yeah,
an attack move. Of course.
D is always like attack.
yeah.
Why not? Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Well, there's our scientists. What's left of them.
Guys died.
I'd better let HQ know about this. Hold here and wait for further orders.
So really fast, here's something I want to show you.
Oh, whoops.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you can play.
Okay.
Hit. Wait. Hit menu really fast on the right side. Basically, I want to send you. Here, I'm going to message you something in Discord. Yeah, this link. What the fuck? Oh yeah, if you click it, even though it, I don't know why it starts with like Chrome extension and shit, but yeah, if you click the link. So this is like a cheat sheet for the Core Lite. Basically, I only want to show you, like, it's a little complicated. So just look at the keyboard at the top, and you can see that the yellow is your control groups. So when I said, you know, you can do control S or A or Z or X. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little confused. So yellow, like these are keys that can be assigned to control groups.
Yeah, I guess
1, 2, 3.
they are your control groups. And then they can, yeah, you can, basically hitting any of these keys is just select that control group. And then controlling that key is like add to
I
that
see,
control
I
group.
see, I see. Control on that key adds to a control group.
Hmm.
Funny how like this just has the position of the key and it doesn't say what letter it is.
Yeah. But yeah, so and so you can see, yeah, so select prod slash queens and select CC slash H slash N. Those are like Q is intended to be your production, so barracks, and I'll show you other ones. CC
Okay.
slash
Like,
H
okay.
slash N is command center slash hatchery slash nexus.
The
It's your
W
base.
is meant to be command center.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I basically just wanted to show you that it's like the
Without
idea.
modifying. Oh, okay. So wait. So
Hmm.
and oh, so all these are like kind of different layers.
Yes, yeah. These are different layers. So I was just showing you the top one just because I don't want to
I
overwhelm
see.
you
I
with
see.
like a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
them and what they do. But I guess it's worth the blue. The one other thing that's kind of useful is that the blue is jump to camera locations, and I'll show you that later. But it's not that important now.
And that's like if you're shift, I guess.
What's that?
Shift.
Yeah, shift and something is jump to camera location, and alt and something is create camera location. But I'll be showing you that later and how to do it. Zerg is the most different, by the way, so it's good to...
Select the hatchery.
Yeah, so the hatchery is like the base. So Zerg doesn't build buildings to increase supply. They create units called overlords. You can see you have one now, and now you've got another one. They're flying units. But overlords like can't attack, and yeah. Zerg, all of their units just come from hatcheries. They don't have like barracks.
Spawning pool then.
So yeah, Zerg, not only do the workers have to build the structures, but they become the structures. And so you lose a worker when you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Zerglings take like half a supply.
I'm fighting a random.
What? Land mason?
I'm playing StarCraft. I'm fighting a random.
Nice. Dude, the vocab is so hard for me.
Yeah.
That's being gas. A drone can mutate into an extractor here. It's like I feel like I'm like it's like learning class names in software. Or
Yeah, it's like completely arbitrary.
Yeah.
It's funny for you to say that, but it's all like stuff that I already know.
I'm going to mutate you. Actor. Oh, and I'm putting it on the geyser. I can harvest gas.
Mm-hmm.
Tourist best being.
Select a drone, then right-click the extractor to order it to gather Vespine gas. Yes, the amount of gas you have gathered is shown in the top right corner. You are ready to strengthen your brood. A roach warren will allow you to morph stronger creatures. Select a drone to begin. Click the basic mutation button. Click the mutate into roach warren
So
button.
I can mutate into a roach warren because I have gas that I got from the extractor.
So hover over the roach warren in the command card in the bottom right. So it only costs 150 minerals. So it actually, the gas isn't required for the roach warren. The roach warren allows you to build roaches, which is what it says there. It says enables roaches from larvae. Roaches cost gas.
I see, I see.
So they're having you build the thing to give you gas before you build the thing that lets you build the things that take gas.
Take gas, I see, I see.
And Zerg's kind of interesting because, again, none of the... Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, the units don't come from the buildings. The buildings just enable you to morph larvae into that unit.
How do I
And
get more larvae? I go to my hatchery, right?
yeah, so you can see you have 3. So 3 is the max larva you can have.
Oh, larva. Okay, okay. What about more drones? Oh, I need to take my larva.
Yep, you morph drones. But you never click on the larva themselves. You click on the hatchery, and then spaces, select larva, and then you can make more drones. Or it wants you to make roaches, but you know, you can do whatever you want.
Click the morph to roach button. To morph, click the morph to roach button. You have enough lava to morph more roaches. Do not waste time. Or overlords.
So if you want, there's that overlord right in front of you. Like overlords can move, so you can move it if you want. There's one like in front of your base, or you don't have to. I'm just showing you that you can, because you can see like over time, all the ones that are like right in front of the base would like kind of cover it up. There's like a bunch there, so you could like control click them and right click them to somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just right click them somewhere and then forget about them. They'll get there
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, they're just like... They just give me supplies, right?
Yep, they just give you supply. They're just slow and chill. But notably, they also give you vision, which is kind of a big Zerg thing. Zerg has the best vision by far because of overlords and other things. I'm actually going to teach you a little trick about Zerg that's kind of cool. So, something you do with Zerg. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 roaches, just 2. So one more. And now control click the eggs in the
So this is... They're gonna be a roach.
Yeah.
Currently they're cocoons.
Yeah.
Then they will be roaches.
So control click the cocoons right.
What is that? What was that?
She just gave you units.
Oh.
It's
Sorry,
teaching you
what?
about. It's teaching you about the select all army hotkey now. So it's saying like control tab to select all of it.
What were you telling me to do though? Take
Here, I'll
these
wait till she's
roaches.
done talking.
Oh.
Hold on. Yeah, so let's just move the army to like the bottom right so I can teach you this thing. Yeah. We're gonna make her wait. So select the hatchery. Which, if you want, here's a sequence that we're gonna learn. Is hold Alt and press Shift QA. Like tap those things. You're gonna tap. So holding Alt, tap Shift, tap Q, tap A.
Alt Shift Q A.
So what that will do, and now just like middle click and move away from it. So it does a couple of things. First, if you hit Shift A, so what you did was you set a camera location. So basically, here's what it did. Alt Shift is center on current selection. So if you select a roach or anything, Alt Shift will just center it on whatever you have
I
selected.
see, I see.
Um,
Yeah.
And then Alt A is set the camera location for A. And then Alt Q is interesting. It's just another way to say Control W. So what it does is it adds it to Control Group W. So now you can use W to select your hatchery. And then I guess
Okay, wait. So Shift Q A.
yeah.
Or sorry, Alt Shift. What that does
Hmm.
is it centers the camera.
Yep.
Alt Shift. Alt Shift. Damn. Alt Shift.
Yep.
Alt Shift. Okay.
Yeah, and I think Alt Caps will do the same thing for you as well. So you could do Alt Caps instead if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So it's whatever your preference. Caps is different for me, so I have to do Alt Shift, but you could do either.
Okay. So, bam. I'm just gonna get a little muscle memory there. Bam, bam. Okay. So then, if I do that, then Shift.
Then it's Alt Q.
Yeah, Alt Q is similar to
It's
Shift W?
It's the same as Control W. So
Control W.
yeah, so this is the one like weird thing in this control scheme, and there's a good reason for it. It's literally so that you can do this sequence. So you can hold Alt and do Shift Q A, and then for your next base you'd do Shift Q S because S is another camera location, and then you do
So,
Shift Q Z.
Control W, what does that do?
Control W is add to Control Group W.
I see.
So W will now be
now-
select your hatchery.
Okay.
And if you want, you can put your army. Oh, you already did put your army on 6, which is presumably S.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, why would I want to put my army on anything when I could always just Control Tab to grab them?
yeah, that's a great question. So, selecting all army is kind of bad practice.
I see. Because, like, you could be, like, attacking somewhere, but then also creating. Like,
Yeah.
if my base is, like, I'm creating some for maybe my next wave, then I don't want to, like... So let's say I'm, like, attacking,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to, like, start building up a new wave
Yeah.
in case this fight, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be like, all right, select everyone and
Yep.
attack when, like, one was just created, and now they're going to walk across the whole map
Yep.
and
Or
just arrive way later.
conversely, you could have some army at your base that just came out, and some army at the enemy base that's almost there to attack, like a big army, and so. And then
some army at your base that just came out.
Yep, and then you could have a big army almost at their base, ready to attack, and they could send. And then right at that moment, a small army of theirs could arrive at your base, and you need to defend. And what you'd want to do is the army that's already at your base, you would want to attack their army, and you'd want your main army to keep, pushing.
So you'd kind of have two control groups here, one for each
Yeah.
kind of wave.
Yeah, or
Each
you could.
group of army.
Yeah, or one control group, and for the main army, and then the other ones are like back at home, and you just box them or whatever. But control groups are
Can you
great.
like subtract? Can you do like all and then minus control group?
You can shift click individual units to remove them. That's kind of it. There's not really a good way to like.
Can't like subtract a control group from.
No, yeah.
That'd be sick if you could.
You can. I mean, you can do it with a selection. So one thing you could do, you could select all army, and then okay, yeah. So Control S or A or whatever, add to control group. It's actually add to control group and steal from whatever other control group they're in.
Oh, okay, okay.
So one thing you could do is
So you can only be in one control group. A unit can only be in one control group.
No. So Control Shift. Oh, sorry. I think Control Alt or something. We do have a keybind for just add. So units can go across multiple, but we don't use that much because usually you don't want a unit across multiple control groups.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we default to just add and steal. But yeah, so Zerg has this advantage. So actually, we're actually gonna, let's see. We could either wait a minute for me to show you this other thing, or we could continue just to get her to stop saying the same voice line over and over.
I mean, I've paused it. Oh, but
For me to show you the thing, yeah. Let's we'll just continue. So you've got an army now, and something to muscle member get used to is, I like my main army on S. A is also just as valid, or Z or X, but that'd be weird. So basically A or S for your main army. I like the feeling of SD to attack move my main army, so I hit SD a lot.
Hold Shift, bam, bam, bam. So now when I press,
Wait, so you've added your Nexus to your control group.
this, okay,
Or sorry, your
to take it off, I
hatchery.
would do Control Shift, click. No. Control.
What I'd do, so the way that you want to set up a base is always with that sequence. Click the base, Alt Shift Q A, or Shift Q S, Shift Q, whatever.
So just again, that is Alt Shift, which is to say I am centering this.
Mm-hmm.
I am Alt Q, which is the same as Control W.
Yep, it's put it on W.
Which is to
Yeah.
say, Control W is to say I am setting the camera location. What is Control W? That's
Control W is add to control group W.
add to control group W. Now, when I press W,
Yeah. So I was mistaken about what you had messed up before. So 2 ways to fix this. One.
wait, what is the control group W has my army, right? And I don't want that.
Yeah. You have moved your army onto W, which you don't
Yeah,
want.
I see.
So one option would be to move your army onto a different control group.
Okay, so to do that, I'm going to do Control Tab. I'm going to say Control A.
Perfect.
And
now you can do like
my
AD.
army. Yeah. Bam. Okay. My army is that, and
Yeah.
if I press Control, no, if I just press W,
And then you've got A and W and A.
Okay.
You can switch between them pretty easily.
yeah.
Also, double tapping a control group is the same as like Alt Shift, except for that
that's
control
huge.
group. Yep. So you can double tap it. That's what most people do is double tap. But notably, when we're doing that,
Alt is pretty. Alt is. I don't love pressing Alt. This is much better.
yes. But notably, that opening sequence, you don't have it in a control group yet.
Yeah. So you need Alt there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like A, you can use A. I like that SD are right next to each other and they're stronger fingers, so I usually have it on S.
A. Oh, instead of. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm actually going to grab my army. S. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. Bam.
Sick.
And that's also what it says in the guide, right? It says A is producers and queens. Oh wait, no. No, that's it. Never mind.
Yeah, and there's actually like the GitHub itself has like it describes this opening sequence exactly. It's got bullet points and it says hold Alt and while holding Alt and then it like tabs over the
Yeah.
bullet points and it says hit Shift, hit Q, hit A or S or Z or X depending on if it's your first, second, third, or fourth base.
I see. So we did A.
Because it's our first base,
Oh, I see.
and
A
that's
or S, but S is my army right now.
yeah. But Alt S will assign the control that will assign the
Oh.
camera location to S, and then Shift S will jump to it. So we have a lot layered on top of each other.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Shift A is
Yeah,
Shift
if you
A is go to my base, but
yep
select my base is
W.
W. Do I not want it to be Shift W? Is that?
No, because what you're gonna have is you want all of your bases on W, and
Oh,
then jumping to them on A, S, Z, and X. Jump to specific ones, but you're just gonna because
I see. I
you'll
see.
find
A
out
S D. Okay, okay.
you'll find out. So if you hit W, you can see in the
Oh,
bottom right.
wait.
Oh yeah.
How do I turn off sticky keys? Do you want to turn on sticky
Oh
keys?
yeah, you're gonna want to turn that off.
Okay, let's keep with shortcut. Okay.
And actually, while you're at it, yeah. So I think there's just an option to be like stop doing this. I ran into this on my laptop too.
Looking for it. Sticky keys.
Yeah.
Keyboard shortcut for sticky keys off. There we go. I shift key 5 times. Okay. There's also this one that happens in Counter-Strike sometimes if I like double tap control.
Yeah.
It,
Try
like,
do that to, and then it'll tell you what it is, and then you can Google how to get rid of it. And there's a third one. I think Alt Z is gonna be one that you're gonna want to get rid of as well.
out control when
I'm running to the bathroom really
focus
fast.
assist. Okay.
Why you do that? I'll run to the bathroom. Did you figure out the sticky key thing?
Uh,
Or the double control thing?
I don't know what I did to get rid of the double control thing, but I got rid of it. Okay, weird.
Nice. And then the last one is
Oh, no, I didn't get rid of it. Oh, I have to press it 3 times.
yeah, I could definitely spam control, so I don't know what I did, but I probably did it ages ago.
Okay. Double con Oh, it's a Power Toys feature.
Right, I did have to turn that off. I just remembered. Yeah. I don't remember how I did, but I know that I was. I know I remember looking this
highlighter.
up.
Find my mouse. Boom.
Nice. And then
Okay.
there's one more. There's one more, and that's going to be Control, or sorry, Alt Z. I assume is going to pull up an overlay.
Sure did. GeForce Experience.
Yeah, bastards. The bastards. As for how you get rid of it, I mean, I think within the overlay, I think there's like some settings that you can do to like, what do you call it? Fucking basically change the hotkey to something ridiculous that you'll never press. That's what I did.
I'm in GeForce Experience. Wait, keyboard shortcuts. Ah, here we go. Open and close in-game overlay. I would say it's all fucking period. I don't know. Sure.
Let's see what I have mine as. Settings.
Alright, I got it.
Okay.
Bam. Back to StarCraft.
Perfect.
Okay, I actually, hold up, sorry. I'm actually gonna pull up a text editor and just take.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great idea. Yeah.
I don't have Sublime Text.
Yeah, I'm interested at what point you'll be like, wait, yeah, this is a lot like fucking like Vim or like I don't know.
I'm already like starting to see that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it does just like, that's just fun. It's just fun to be like,
It's really
oh,
fun.
and then, like, wait, I'm
Yeah,
like,
wait
God
until you're
mode.
at 150 APM and you're like, when you're like mashing this shit and you're like multitasking, it like it feels really cool.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And it's like just totally unique. Like there's no other game that I can think of that's remotely similar in like how you feel doing it.
You feel like a commander.
I don't know. I feel like I'm like I don't know, like I'm a goat at Photoshop or something. You know, like
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
that's like what it feels the most like. Like when I'm like, that's like what I do for my job. I'm using like 6 different programs. I'm like switching
yeah,
between them so fast, and that's like StarCraft just feels like that, but like fun and like
yeah,
or more fun.
And like it's like you're constantly grinding, and like it's like when you're working on something, if you're doing something like that's not the most efficient, it's not like you're going to lose. It's like you're going to
yeah,
like, it's going to just take more time.
yeah.
And
In StarCraft?
no, in
Like
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
So a lot of people will spend 10,000 hours in Photoshop and just not,
yeah.
yeah,
but in StarCraft, if you do it, it's like, oh, you're going to lose. You have to do this work. Like, you
yeah.
have
Yeah.
to do the macro situation or whatever.
Yep.
Hotkey situation. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is like great, honestly.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So first I'm gonna say Alt plus
Wait,
Shift.
it's not showing me your shit yet. It says
Like
you minimize the application.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
let me
Okay.
just share my whole screen actually. Well, then you won't.
Well,
Get
then I won't hear it. Yeah,
to
no. Don't worry
yeah.
about it. Yeah. I just thought you had
Here,
gotten done.
I'll share my camera too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Both.
Oh, right.
Alt Shift, Alt plus. Okay, hold Alt. Shift.
Here, I'm gonna send you something on Discord, also, and you should maybe put this in your notes.
Alt plus Shift equals. Enter selected unit. Alt plus Q macro for plus W finds selected unit
Mm-hmm.
Alt plus S. That do again?
Or we start with Alt A, but A, you could do Alt slash.
Oh, sorry.
Or
A and
sorry.
then.
No. Sorry. It was
Sorry.
Q.
Yeah.
Yeah. But replace that W with a Q.
This one?
Yeah, it is weird, but
Oh yeah, sorry, no. Q. Yeah.
Yep.
This is the same as control. Okay, yeah. This is right.
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, it is a little hard because my keycaps don't have
Oh yeah.
letters in them. That doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could even here say instead of just A, Alt slash A slash S slash Z slash X.
Yeah. A S E X. Okay, so that assign camera? No. Or yeah. Wait, what is? Wait, actually, let me see if I can. Um, I wanna. If I can figure out something.
Yeah.
All control group key. Shift modifier key, Alt modifier cameras. So Alt is camera creation. So Alt Q is a macro for Control W. So this is a special one. That's special right there. Look at
Yep.
that. See it right
Exactly.
there. It's special. It's special.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really weird, but it's just so that this
It's just for
sequence
this. Yep,
keystrokes feel good. Yeah,
You don't have to jump between Control and Alt.
exactly.
Okay. But Alt A or S or Z or X, that'll be assigning camera positions. Jump
Yes.
to there. Jump
And in
camera.
fact, so are 1, 2, 3, and W. But W we're using for something very specific that I'll show you later. And 1, 2, 3 I'll tell you about later also. But you can see all those blue
Yeah,
ones.
so this whole thing doesn't use any F keys. Oh wait, right.
Except F1 is select idle worker. Basically, if you
Idle
have workers that, but there's also a button on the screen for that you could click. That's one option. The other option, I can give you another option later, but control clicking the button is going to be totally fine. It's not often that you have to select idle workers like that.
Okay, so
But yeah, that's another reason why I wanted you to start with this is because I know you don't have F keys.
yeah.
Conveniently, it doesn't use them much.
Oh, do you not use Core Light?
I do. I use Core Light. I use a slightly modified one, but yeah, I use Core Light. Because my caps lock is my control, and so there's actually a described modification for if you have
Yeah.
that specific swapping,
Yeah.
which I thought was extremely sick and lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so
I think you were writing out in your notes assign camera location.
So yeah, assign camera. Alt is camera.
Alt is assigning the camera layer, but Shift is jumping to the camera.
Yeah. Okay. So wait. So to do this,
Mm-hmm.
I need to first select my base, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
First
That's a
base
good
one, I
observation.
guess.
Yep. And you will also do it when you build your second, third, and fourth base. You'll select the base, and you'll do all of this the same, except the last step you'll change.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And maybe switch on line 5, instead of assign selected unit to control group, adds to control group. Technically, it's called add and steal, but we're just going to say add, and we're going to say we always steal.
Add selected unit to.
Yeah.
I'll just say.
Yeah.
If I ever explicitly am not stealing, then I'll say without stealing.
Yeah. So in Discord,
Wait, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I select base 1, and I'm centering the screen on it, And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can step 3, which is to assign the camera location. So you could swap 2 and 3.
Yep, exactly. And in fact, you could, if you wanted, you could Alt Q and then double tap W, and that would also center it, and then Alt A. But then you're like releasing and re-hitting Alt, and that's why we don't do that. That's what I used to do though when I had different controls. I would add to control group, double tap the control group, and then
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, this is just better.
So it's like you would skip step 1. So step 1
Yeah.
would then be
It would instead be
Alt
step
Q,
2.
which you
Yeah.
could just do Control W at that point.
That's what I was doing. Yeah, but I wasn't
you
using control.
Control W.
I was using different keybinds altogether. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
using Alt. I was using like Shift and just different things.
Yeah. Okay. So
Something notable maybe is so the remapping software in StarCraft 2 is amazing. You can change like everything in really fine grain, but there are a couple things you cannot change. And this is very odd that it's the case, but it's part of why some of these things are what they are. Shift queuing, like do this, then do that, is always shift. You can't change that. Like telling a builder to build something and then go back to the mineral line, you hold shift to do that, and you can't change what key does that. It's shift.
Why?
Don't know. But it's part of why some of these things are what they are is because
Like working around
you
that.
can't change that. And there are several others. Control click to select all units of a given type on screen is control click. You can't change that.
Is control click. Okay. Yeah.
Basically, a modifier on a click is like you can't change it. And then the last one is shift clicking to remove a unit. So like if you have a selection, you can shift click to like unselect it. And shift control click is unselect all units of that type.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Control click is select all units of a type. Shift control click is that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't change those, and that's why some of these things are what they are. The reason that we use shift as the layer for camera groups is so that you can tell a builder, go build this, and then you hold shift and you press A, and then you right click the mineral line while holding shift.
Wait, sorry. Wait, I actually want to write this out.
Yeah.
Camera layer allows us to shift to tell a builder, then jump to another place, tell it to back, or go to there after.
Yeah.
So like, basically it's like, all right, I'm going to hold shift and say, go do this. And then I'm going to press, I'm going to stay holding shift. I'm going to press A to go back to my base. And then I'm going to right click the minerals.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The one difference is that you wouldn't, you don't start holding shift because that is kind of funky with building. So you'll select a builder, you'll hit, space D for a supply depot, for instance. And then you'll left click and then start holding shift and then hit A and then right click the mineral line.
Left click, place, supply depot. Then hold shift. Oh yeah. So then shift plus A. Go back to base.
Going to bed, y'all. Good night.
Have a good night.
Shift, press, and right click minerals. Tell the worker to go back to to mine after done building. Right?
Yeah. So really fast, if you go to your Discord messages,
messages.
I sent you 2 things. One's a link, one's a picture. We can look at the picture first, just because it takes 1 second.
Got
And
colors.
yeah, so I've got these colors that kind of highlight, what my control groups are, and I don't know, I just think they're cool. That's not that important, and I honestly don't even really use it, but I did when I was first using this. I mean, I made the color thing, and I was like, this is cool, and then I never really used it. Anyway, but
How
just
long have you been using Core Light?
I think
I mean, did you start using it when you recently started playing StarCraft 2, or did you start using it before that?
even later than that. It was like I started playing using my hotkeys, and then I decided later I'm actually going to switch to this. So it's only been like, I don't know, a month,
Okay, okay.
maybe less, but I'm already like
Feels
it's
good, feels good.
yeah, and it's been a while since it's felt not good. It's very fast. Anyway, so if you look at that, I gave you a link also in Discord, and I think this will be a bit helpful. There's a section in the core light for just scenarios, and so here's use case, start sequence, and then if you start reading this, it's before the match begins, you hold space because that's your create worker command, and it'll be click your base, and then it'll start building a worker, and then you can see from that second bullet
Hold
point.
space before a match begins. Immediately click your base. So CC Nexus hatch is just base.
Yep. Yeah, command
Start
center
up
Nexus
launch
hatch.
worker production. So you're holding space and you click it, and that launches the worker production.
Yeah, it's so if you click your base and hit spacebar, you'll start building a worker.
Yeah.
But alternatively, you can hold space and then click it, and it'll also the repeat of your keyboard will be like start building workers. You know what I'm saying?
Here, keep thumb on Alt. Create first base cam. Alt tab. Center it. Alt Q. Append.
Oh yeah, it says Alt Tab. You can't do that. I should honestly tell him to change it.
What do you
Anyway,
mean you can do that?
Alt Tab is like it's like a system level. Like you can't make Alt Tab work. Yeah, I don't know.
But we're just
We're using
doing
Alt Shift.
Alt Shift.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Alt Caps. Either one for you. Yeah.
Alt Q.
But I wanted to show it to you because this is like exactly what you just wrote down.
Yeah. Append base group, which is W.
Yep. Yeah. Which is your
Control
W group.
is, like my control group for my base is W.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. They say to use Alt W for Zerg. So they actually do the thing that you were thinking for Zerg. They're like, let's have Zerg have a, shouldn't Shift W be jump to your first base and stuff like that? They say to do that. Most people don't. I disagree with this. So we use Alt A. That way it's the same across all races.
Yeah.
And then what it wants you to do is it basically has you click where your next bases are going to be, and while you're holding Alt still, and then you'll hit S and then click the next base and hit Z and then click the next base and hit X. But you don't need to worry about that yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm like just learning hotkeys, and there's so much like I'm like, wait, where do I set things? There's like so much other like game theory stuff.
Yeah, you mean like where you build things?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, don't worry about that too much. And if you scroll down a little bit,
It seems like, like I guess when I think of a lot of stuff, this seems cool because like I guess when I think about like using a computer in general, like sometimes I see people using a computer and it's like this is so painful just watching them use it because they're not
Yeah.
like alt tabbing or
right?
something, and
Yeah,
it's like,
or they right
I'm like,
click copy and yeah.
yeah, stuff like that, and I'm like, I feel like getting that stuff so
Yeah.
that it's like you're not even thinking about it, you've just got the muscle memory down for
Yep.
that,
Yeah.
makes you able to like just use so many of your makes you just move 10x faster,
Yeah.
but also allows you to like just use your brain power on other stuff.
Yeah, that's why I mean, like a lot of people would probably advise that I not show you what I'm showing you the way that I am. But I thought that like
I've been really into this approach.
yeah,
Um,
I thought you might.
Mainly because, so I mean, this is like why I'm kind of doing drumming the order that I'm doing it, right?
Yeah,
Is like I'm
yeah.
like I
Yep.
want this muscle memory for how to do this sticking technique,
Yes.
and then in like 5 months when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start spending a lot more time on the kit.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to do all this complex like limb independence stuff
Yeah.
while I'm also trying to figure like I can focus on the limb independence stuff
Mhm.
and like really have my brain cycles on that
Yeah.
while also reinforcing this muscle memory
Yeah.
that I've already got down pretty well, but it's nice to reinforce it. It's similar with language where it's like I've at the beginning I spent a lot of time on pronunciation.
Yeah.
Um because while I'm practicing the vocab and all these other words,
Mhm.
I can get like I can be practicing that while doing this pronunciation
Mhm.
that I need tons of practice with anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of like the same where it's like, wait, like getting this down
Mhm.
means one, like if I get the muscle memory like okay,
Yeah.
then that means that when I'm, basically I get to just reinforce this muscle memory a ton
Mhm.
as I'm learning the other stuff. But then
Yeah.
also like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I dig it. But I think in general, yeah, this
Mhm.
is probably, this wouldn't be a good starting point for most people. But
Right. Now scroll down a little bit.
does Mason do this, Corley?
No. I suggested it. I wasn't pushy about it. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
totally
yeah.
up to you. Mason uses grid, which is also very valid. The nice thing about grid is that the way grid works is, do you remember the command card? It's just the bottom right of the screen when you're playing.
Mhm.
It's grid is just the command card is just like put onto your keys. So whatever the top
I see.
left thing is on the command card, that's Q, and whatever the
Yeah,
next one over
yeah,
is, that's W. And like that, the intuitiveness of that is nice,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that means your hotkeys, selecting camera locations and stuff are not on the command card and control groups, and so you got to kind of figure
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
out.
mean that seems like it'd be
Gets muddy.
really good for beginners, kind of.
Yes.
Just like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, like it kind of like Counter Strike, like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
Those are your weapons, and honestly, we usually keep them there, but
Yep.
not really though, because like actually having the grenades in each
Yeah.
of the
Having the
spots,
grades
so
and
that's
everything.
really good, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that early
Right.
rather than later.
Yeah, and this was a big thing when I first started playing StarCraft. Is I was talking to Cameron and Teddy a lot about this, and they were very not interested in going into the keybind changing. They're just like, no, we're just gonna use one of the default ones, and that's it.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
don't really use control groups at all. A lot of people don't, and it's rough. Anyway,
Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, I actually have to get
okay,
some water and go pee.
okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
The one last thing I wanted to show you on here is already on your screen. It's
Educate
it's no use case send worker back to resource gathering. It's just the other thing you wrote down.
Send worker back to resource gathering after queued command. Yeah, okay, so press shift. All necessary commands. You're like, bam, go build this thing. Then you go up a bunch of stuff, shift, then the camera key, jump to base, shift right click to the mineral. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. I like when I was going to switch over to this thing, I was like, I'm going to read through this document. I want to understand why things are what they are and make sure I'm doing things right. And
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can be showing you like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then other parts of this, you don't have the context of the game enough to
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
so don't worry about it. Yeah, that's
Well, like even I have enough context to know, like, dude, like when I tell someone to build something, I always want to say,
Yep.
and then go mine shit after, you know?
Yep. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Except the thing is, I mained Zerg. Zerg, you don't really need to because they morph into the buildings.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Shift A. Yeah, I'm at my base.
Oh wait, I don't have the audio again. I think you have to share the.
Oh, I'm not sharing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We could do with without audio. It's
No,
no big-
I think the audio was.
Okay. Cool.
Um.
Nice. Yeah, and then there was another Zerg thing I was gonna show you, but maybe we should shut this person up first and attack these things.
Okay, so I'm going to press. I don't. Did I assign them to a control group?
Yeah, S. They're on S. But if you want, you could, Control Tab and then hit Control Tab, Control S.
Tab. S. Yeah.
And so that's another one that's like you're holding Control and you just hit, Tab S. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mine's not like that because mine have to be slightly different. That's unfortunate for me, but
Yeah. All right. E.
Here, wait, maybe she'll stop saying shit now. Cool. Okay, so we'll go to the base really fast. So here's what I want.
Let me do it. Boom.
Oh yeah. She's gonna keep talking, but it's still. I think this is fast enough to where. All right,
Okay.
so select your base.
Is there any way to do that that's not clicking it?
Yep.
Oh.
And you know what it is.
It's Control A.
No.
No,
Actually.
It's Control W.
Well,
Wait,
Control W is to assign it to W, and then Alt Q is
then it's-
also to assign it to W.
Wait, what have I done? I just did Control A when I have it selected. So I just.
You moved it onto
assigned
A, but then you moved it back onto W.
Okay, yeah. AW. Okay, so these are my control.
Yeah.
Okay. So. I wish, like, instead of this saying 5, I wish it said W,
I know it would be nice, but yeah, it just wasn't. They were on number keys, and
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Brood War, you don't get the visual at all.
Yeah, that's good.
Brood War, you don't get the little lines that show you where things are going.
Yeah. Okay, so. So. To go to it, if I'm somewhere, I press. Or to select it, I press W. Okay, cool. I just press it. That's my
Yeah.
control.
And
So people
this
don't use control groups like that?
people use control groups for sure. Control groups, yes. So, I mean, some people, especially lower level, some will just use the select all army hotkey always, and that's like a bad habit. But
Yeah.
people do it for sure, and you can get to pretty decent level doing it. So what I'm going to show you is hit spacebar, RR. We're building 2 roaches. Now, control
So
click.
okay, wait, sorry. So I'm like gonna go really slow here.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do here.
Mhm.
Oh, I want to I'm just somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go make roaches.
Yeah.
So, and let's say I just have something selected.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Shift A.
So actually, you're not. You're going to just hit W because you can
Just gonna
make
hit
roaches without
W.
moving your camera there.
Okay.
In this instance.
W space R. And what is these means?
Yeah, so that's what you have selected. So when you hit W, you select your hatcheries. Spacebar, when you have a hatchery selected, is select all my larvae.
Oh,
So
okay,
now you have
okay.
your larvae selected. And if you had multiple hatcheries selected, hitting spacebar would select all larvae among all hatcheries,
I see.
which is what you normally do. So you often you'll have like 30 larvae or something crazy.
Yeah. So I'm like off doing my own thing, and I'm like, ooh, I want some roaches.
Yeah.
Why? What do roaches do?
They're just combat units. They have a ranged
Okay.
attack. Yeah, they
So
attack.
to do that, I'm gonna press bam, base hotkey,
Hmm.
and then base R is morph to roach. So space selected the larva, and I'm gonna
Yep.
morph one of them to a roach
Yep.
by pressing R.
Yeah. But
I don't think it actually did anything.
right.
Does it
Yeah.
actually need to select the larva? Or...
No. So you could hear it say spawn more overlords in the top right. You can see you're at 33 out of 34.
Oh, I see.
Roaches take 2 supply. So you could make more overlords.
So to do that, I'm gonna. Oh shit! So I'm gonna do that. Oh no, I have too many I don't have enough supply.
Mhm.
So I need overlords, which is gonna be E. An overlord. These just morph to an overlord.
Yep.
Is it always 1-to-1?
Zerglings
One
are the one.
larva goes.
Yeah, Zerglings are the one exception. One larva morphs into 2 Zerglings.
Okay, okay. Okay, so that overlord. So now I've got that, and so I'm gonna be like, select my base, make a roach. Kind of like when you do it, it just says Zerg cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that it's a roach cocoon
If
versus
you
a
if you left click on one of them, it tells you what it's turning into, but you can only see it for one of them. So yeah, once it's a cocoon, you don't really know what is in there.
Interesting.
But there's a way that I'm going to show you that you do kind of, or you organize it well. So for instance, if I wanted to make overlords and roaches, what I would do usually is I would hit W space E to make an overlord, and then I would hit W space again to start making roaches, because
W space. Wait, so W space E, and then
yeah,
W space. Why W space again?
because
Oh.
I want to deselect the cocoons. I always call them eggs. We call them eggs.
Oh.
I want to have only larvae
Oh.
selected because
And so So once I convert this to a roach, W space. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, basically, I want to be able to organize this shit. And so the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make one type of unit at a time.
Yeah.
And the next thing I'm going to show you is going to be the big part. So this, we're going to make, so start making 2 roaches.
Make a roach. I will just press R.
Yep. Now, oh shit. Okay.
I have not done that.
Yeah. You shouldn't have done that time for the thing I'm going to show you. So let's wait till we have 3 larvae again.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see why.
How do I make larva explicitly?
No, the bases do that themselves.
Base just makes larva.
Yep.
For Zerg.
Yeah, that's what Zerg. Yeah, that's like what they do. Later, a part of what Zerg has to do is they do need
Alright,
to
I've got the larva.
manually do something to like make sure they get more larvae, and that's a big part of Zerg. But yeah, so let's make.
RR.
Yep.
Okay.
Now hold control, left click on the bottom of your screen, the eggs.
The cocoons.
Yep. While holding control, hit S. So what you've just done is you've added these eggs to control group S.
Okay.
And now you can like right click somewhere. Just or sorry, hit S and then or SD left click somewhere.
Oh, okay. So that I added it to my army.
Yep. Yeah. So
That makes sense.
basically
But there's no way to do that without going down and clicking it?
no. Because well, okay, the one alternative, if you hit W space again, if you were to make 3 roaches, you wouldn't need to click it.
Yeah.
But you want to select you control click the eggs so that you select just the eggs. Because if you don't do that, the larva will be in that control group too, and you don't want to be
And
putting larva
bam,
in there.
and now I add it to control group S. Now there's 20 units there.
Yep. So this is a massive, nice thing that Zerg has. Zerg, you should always have stuff in control groups because of this.
Yeah.
Terran, you can imagine like Terran, what you were playing before. Shit's coming out of buildings, and then they're walking around, and they're maybe they're being rallied to one point, but like you need to then box them and then add them to a control group. So and you're not going to be there all the time. So like you need to add them after the fact, and like that is just more of a headache. This is a massively nice thing that Zerg has, and only Zerg has, because of the way eggs work. It's very interesting. Zerg's very interesting. It's a very unique race. So you can see all your roaches on the right there. They're not in a control group right now. So you can either box them and then add them to S, or you could control click them and add them to S, or whatever you want.
I mean, here, I'll just... There.
Yep, or select all army, add them to S. Yep,
Yeah.
plenty of ways. Yeah. Cool. We can finish the tutorial now. Oh, and you should be SD. You should be moving them with SD. Left click. And that can be just like a quick like keystroke. SD left click.
Yeah. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this.
Basically, yeah. Basically never do this unless you are explicitly retreating.
That would mean if they were like... Yeah, I see.
If you're retreating, you want to run away and not fight. But, yeah, if you're running across the map forwards, you don't want to run into shit and not be fighting it. Yeah, the game speed during the tutorial is like lower, so all your units are way slower than they will be in the real game.
The 21st Assault Division on Taurus 4. We are under attack by the Zerg. Do you read me? Immediate
You usually play Zerg?
Zerg's been main race, but I've been playing pretty much only Terran lately, just to try something new. I don't know, but all 3 of them are really fun. A really funny thing about the AI is the way they like get stuck behind each other. You learn a lot about like the AI and like how to control them. But that's for a later day. Yeah, last tutorial. This is the last tutorial, and it's short. And I don't have much to interject on this one. I don't think. I've got a little bit, but.
Good to practice the.
Yep. And this is Protoss, and I think Protoss will probably be the people you'd best start with, but it's totally up to you. What you like the
I like
most.
the vibe of Protoss.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, they're
Very, like Halo Elite.
sometimes called the best looking race. Or at least Vibe said that.
First, I'm just gonna assign y'all to S.
Yeah, it's a great habit to get into. And then you right click. Do you want to SD left click?
Oh.
But yeah, that's fine.
I feel like SD left click is not working.
Oh. Interesting. So I think I don't know if you Yeah, move order warning. So I think you right clicked something. They want you to D left click.
D left click. D left click. Press D then left click. It's not.
Really?
These infested Terrans cannot be saved. We must
Are you left clicking the ground?
D left click. SC left click.
And you're just tapping left click, right? You're not dragging it?
These infested Terrans cannot be saved. We
Uh,
must slay them.
try.
I think it's just in a busted state.
Yeah, try. Okay, try in the bottom right on the command card, left click the attack command, which is labeled as D in the bottom right, and then left click somewhere. What?
Okay, now it's working.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a bug or what. That'd be so weird. Did it want you to? I don't know. I don't know what that was about. But SD left click is generally working.
Yeah, it is. Now.
Okay, cool.
They will regenerate quickly unless they take further damage. We have to go further.
Oh yeah, Protoss is the only race that has shields. So that's the blue bar above their life bar, and shields regenerate. You can see it happening
Oh, nice.
already. Yeah.
It is as I feared. This world is consumed. I shall need the Golden Armada
So
to cleanse it.
when you usually have S as like your main army,
I do, yeah.
do you? So do you like throw your like? Do you ever have like multiple armies?
Yeah. Or like selections of units, yeah.
Selections of units. Okay, yeah.
Which you could call an army, but
S. So it's like kind of S is your main one, and then
yeah. And then I'll have like maybe, I'm going to have this packet of units have like, some sort of attack go over
and then
here.
if S goes on like a big fight, and then
Yeah.
let's say they all died, you like reassign.
Yeah, or even
S.
like as I'm making more units, I'll keep adding them to S a lot of the time. Or if I don't want to, so alternatively, if I have my main army going and attacking their base, and I don't want to just like send, to trickle units in,
Yeah.
which often you do, but often you don't. Then what I'll do is sometimes I'll select the units that are coming out of my base, and they'll all be rallied to some point. So I'll like box them and I'll add them to A. A will be like my secondary army,
Yeah. Okay.
and then eventually I might just
select
hit-
A and then
select A.
select.
Yep, exactly. I'll just move them over to S and say you're my main army now.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, stalkers can teleport, which is cool.
But you have to like micro that. Is that
Yep.
what that is?
Yeah, so you won't be doing that. But they just let you know that it's there. You won't be doing that for a long time.
So at the beginning, you're like mostly doing macro.
Yep. Yeah, you're
Okay.
building units and you're just going to raw A move them. That's pretty much it. It's mostly about creating a lot of
What do you mean
units.
A move them?
Sorry, A move, it means attack move. It's D left click.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly like, how fast can I build up an army and then A move it to the enemy? Is kind of how you're playing. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So what they're showing you now is you've got these gateways, which are like barracks, but a thing that Protoss has, a very unique thing, is that the gateways that it gave you are powered down. All buildings except for
Gateways.
Nexus.
That's what. Wait. Sorry, the gate. Say what you said about the gateways.
Yeah,
Alright,
those are gateways. Oh yeah, you can see they warp in zealots and stalkers. You have stalkers selected right now, but basically, gateways are kind of like a barracks. They're like the equivalent of a barracks. It's a way to build your basic units, basic combat units. But unlike a barracks, gateways need to be powered. And powered just means that they are in a power field, which is a circle around a pylon. So if you left click any of the pylons, those are the crystal looking things. The crystal things with like yeah, that's a pylon. You see how there's that circle? Basically all buildings in that circle, that's a power field. So what they're telling you to do now is restore power to the gateways. You can see in the top left, that's the main objective. They want you to select a probe and build a pylon to power these gateways. It's kind of backwards the way they're doing it, because in a real game what you do is you build a pylon and then you build a gateway within the power field. You're not allowed to build gateways outside of a power field, or basically all of Protoss's buildings.
Say, hey, this probe. And I can just select a bunch of them, right? And then just any random one will do it?
Yes, but I do recommend try to only select probes that are on minerals, because you generally want to shift queue them back to minerals. You don't want to have to remember where they were. So you just say, I always grab mineral probes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I grab a mineral one, not this one.
Yeah, and any number of them. So you can just box the mineral ones or whatever. And then with Protoss, grabbing a single one is actually can make a lot of sense.
I grab one and I say space, and this can go like here.
Yep.
Right.
And then shift.
And then I
right click.
Hold up, I didn't do my thing, my setup.
Yeah, it's not set up.
I'm gonna do my setup.
Yeah.
Alt Shift. No. Select base one. Alt Shift. Alt.
Yeah, you were right. You hit Q.
And then Alt S. I'm sorry, Alt A.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm somewhere and I do Shift A, that's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I just did that, and I will do Shift A, right click there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he's not mining. Was I supposed to left click?
No, right click is correct. He is mining.
Oh, okay.
It's just that it takes some time to like pick up the.
I see. Okay.
Minerals. So here's a thing I want also. So basically your production. This is barracks. This is gateways.
Yeah.
Those we want on Q.
Okay.
So control click gateway, and while holding control hit Q. So it's select all gateways and add them to Q. Q is always our production. And so we do a lot of like, basically what you're going to ideally watch some videos by Vibe. He talks a lot about switching between, a big part of StarCraft, especially early on, is just switching and having the attention to switch between your basically Q and W. He has them on 4 and 5. He'll say 4, 5, 4, 5. He'll say it so much. But for us, it's Q and W. And at our goal, like what we're trying to get to, is where we switch between the two, and we always have stuff building. Non-stop, there is stuff building from these.
Both of these. So this needs to be built. So the bases build probes.
Yep. Yeah. Workers is the general term.
Yeah.
And then
bases build workers. Right now it's like 9 out of 12. That's not good. Okay. That means I have 9 workers and I could have more.
Yeah, and what that means actually is that in this particular base, normally it's 16, but here it's 12. 12 is the maximum number of workers that can mine with 100% efficiency. After that, the next few workers mine with maybe 70%. After that, the next few mine with maybe 60%. It's all got to do with the logic of like how the workers wait for each other to pick up minerals and stuff, because they can't be mining at the same time.
Yeah. It's like parallelism.
Yeah, exactly. But then, in a real game, you're constantly building them out of all of your bases. And anytime you're near max, you're going to expand to a new base. And that's a big part of the power struggle of the game.
So
is that you
workers 12 out of 12. So workers beyond 12 out of 12 are going to be less efficient.
Yeah, they're a bit less efficient, but they are still contributing to your income for a while. And then once they're at a certain amount, they're not. But you still have them, and when you make a new base, you can transfer them over. You can
I
select a
see.
bunch.
Yeah. So the mineral fields.
Yeah.
The only way to get more of those is with a new base, right?
Yes, and not only that, but if left click on a mineral field. Okay, it's not the case because it's a tutorial, but it normally tells you how many minerals remain in that mineral patch. They are finite and they run out. And so, like, even there's a certain number of probes or workers for every race that you're gonna, it's 85, that you're gonna say, I have enough for what I'm ever going to do. I don't need more than this unless they kill some and I'll replace them. But I need to be moving them because my first base is mining out. I need to be moving these to my new base, and I need to be, and they mine out, kind of not all at the same time. So you have to be really on top of looking at your bases, and you'll be like, oh, suddenly, I was at 16 out of 16. Now I'm at 16 out of 12. I need to take 4 of these and move them to that base. And
Yeah.
a lot of this game is like upkeep like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing that's hard, it's really hard, even like for me still, because I'm bad at it and I was never good at this, but I'm working on it, is just like checking Q and W often, very often, to make sure there is always something being produced. That's like the goal. Yeah, we don't need to worry too much about it for the tutorial. We don't have to worry at all about it. We're just learning how to make units with Protoss, which is a little different, but pretty similar.
Shift A doesn't bring me to. Oh, Shift W. That's what it is.
Wait, Shift A should bring you to your base.
So now I need. So I have all these probes.
Yep.
They're mine and minerals. I've got a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I need to. Since now that my gateways have pylons near it, which means they have.
Yeah, it just means they're functional.
Oh, that just gives me supply.
Yeah, pylons give you supply, but additionally, if your building doesn't have a pylon near it, it doesn't work. You can't use it at all.
And this is like this race specific.
Yeah, this is a Protoss thing. Is they need pylons to power their structures, and being not powered just means it is not functional. It's just a block until you get a new pylon there. There's famously this is one of those things that's kind of like in Melee how there's like AMSA teching and things named after things. There's a thing called an Artosis pylon. There's a player and broadcaster named Artosis who famously would put a single pylon powering a ton of stuff, and so if somebody comes in and destroys that one pylon, that suddenly all their production is offline, and there's been funny moments of that. But an Artosis pylon is like a pylon that's like, because you need to make a bunch of pylons to get more supply, and so usually you'll end up kind of not having one pylon on a ton of really important buildings. But yeah.
Okay, so let me select my base with W, but I want to select my producers.
Yeah, production we call it.
Production is Q.
Yeah.
Base W. Production Q. Base.
Yep. And you don't even super need to remember that specifically. I mean, I guess it is good to, but you're just going to want to be switching between them and recognizing when they're both building stuff all the time. So
right now, even if I'm off somewhere else,
yeah,
I can look down here.
Yes.
And say my base is not producing anything.
Yep. Yeah.
Because if it would look like this.
Yep. Yeah. And you can
this is not producing anything.
Yep.
it would look this.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And an interesting thing is that the money is spent when you enqueue something.
Ah.
So often you don't want to queue too much because it'll prevent you from building more things, such as pylons, which you need now because you're
Can
now.
you unqueue things?
Yeah, yeah. Which unfortunately is escape. um, or you can select the building and
Oh,
click on it. If you click on a unit, if you have a certain
I
building
also don't
selected.
have an escape key, but
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
use mod Q. It actually works great.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's great. That's better than what I do, which is use escape. I hate it, but
No, I love. I mean, it's the default. Or maybe
yeah,
mod killed it, but I made it mod Q, and it's so
yeah,
nice because I have a mod under my spacebar.
right. You have that other mod. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good then.
And
Okay,
like the muscle memory to like whenever someone's like hit
yeah,
escape and I'm just like, "Meh," like it's just like
yeah,
immediate and
that's
my
good.
pinky is not like going anywhere.
Cool. Yeah, perfect.
It's weird that it's D to create
Yeah,
or
that
to
is.
sell it.
It's because D is the base unit for all three races. So D is Zergling, D is Marine, D is Zealot. That's the reason.
Base
Yeah.
unit.
If you were using default
Base unit.
hotkeys, it would be.
Base unit is like a worker.
Sorry. No. Your base like attack unit. Sorry, like your
Oh,
main. Each of the three races has like their cheapest unit. It's yeah, they're the cheapest unit that you have. You can throw a lot of them into the into the grinder. And likewise for Terran and Protoss, Space D is build supply depot or build pylon. Because you want to think of Space D as like, I'm building a supply building structure. Zerg's different because they do overlords, so you can't really make all three races the same, but yeah.
No, this is not base selected. This is
Yeah.
production
Production.
selected.
Yeah.
What were you
Interesting.
just saying? Is base selected?
No, so if you have a builder or a worker, yeah, Space D is depot / pylon because it's like Space D is get supply building and structure.
Worker selected. Base D pylon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Red supply.
Yep. And then shift click the mineral
That'll
line after.
increase my supply.
Yep. And you want to shift click the mineral line after. Especially with Protoss, because I don't know if you've noticed yet.
Press Shift
Oh yeah.
A. Right click.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But it's the most important with Protoss because you haven't noticed yet, but eventually you might. I'll just tell you. So all three races build differently. You notice that Terran, the builder builds it. Zerg, the drone morphs into it. Protoss, the probe starts warping it in and is done. It warps in on its own. They don't need to help.
Oh yeah, it starts warping it in.
Yeah,
Once
it just
you kick that off. It can just.
yeah.
It's asynchronous. Like.
Yep. Yeah, Protoss is the most advanced, you could say. And so they have the best means of building. They just get to like be like, I want to start building, and that's why with Protoss you generally just grab one probe
You
and you
grab.
shift queue them to build a bunch of shit.
What I
And
would do here. Okay, yeah. So I would be like, bam. I'm like, literally, you can create that. Then, oh fuck, I held the.
it's fine. You can just right click them somewhere to cancel everything. If you
Oh wait. So Shift D there, and then I would shift a space D there. How do I say? And then, so
also
how do?
you can cancel these if you want. If you want to grab it and hit escape, so you don't end up with a million pylons. But only while it's building, you can cancel it.
I'm hitting escape. It's not working.
You have to have the thing that's being built selected.
Oh, I see. Okay, so here I would want to take one worker, and I'd say like, if I like wanted a bunch of supply,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna go probe, and then mineral field, right?
Yeah. Pylon. Yeah.
Right, pylon, mineral field.
Yeah.
So to do that, like, I would select one,
Mm-hmm.
space D, pylon, space D, pylon.
No, so
Oh.
the second one canceled the first one.
So it needs to be a right click or?
You need to hold shift. So space D, start holding shift, and then left click. You'll see it won't remove the like image of the pylon when you do it.
Okay, so space D, start holding shift, click.
Yeah, and then
I'd say,
release shift, hold shift again, and then right click the thing. Or if you're getting
why
more,
do I have to release shift?
if you keep holding shift, then the image of the pylon will still be there. You're still in like I want to build a pylon
release
mode.
shift, press shift again,
Now
right click.
that's another way to do that is while holding shift. If you right click, it will get you out of build pylon mode. That's also valid. But I like the release and hit shift again.
Bam. So release shift, press shift again, press A just to be like, I'm back on my base.
Yep.
Go to a mineral field. So, okay, wait. So to say do this and then do this is hold shift, go here, then go here. Okay, yeah. And you right click is go to a place.
Yep. Yeah, and you can
Left click is select.
If you're holding D, or sorry, if you hold shift, tap D, and then you can start left clicking around.
If tap D.
And now you're in like attack move command mode. And then once you let go of shift, you'll be out of. You're saying I'm not doing this anymore. Like just once you release shift, you can see your indicator changed. And left clicking won't do anything anymore. Holding shift is like keep doing the thing that I was doing.
And I've now let go of shift.
Wait, you're not holding shift now?
I'm not holding shift now.
Are you holding D?
No.
Huh.
So, but no, but look. So it's like, if I take this and I say hold shift D, now I just get to, my left hand is off my keyboard.
Oh, weird. I have actually never known that.
You get to just click everywhere, and then you press shift again to get out of the mode.
Yeah.
Don't
Interesting.
hold it.
Can you do that with building a pylon too? Don't hold D. That's a yeah, that's a weird thing that we have set up, and I will be showing you soon what that's for exactly.
But it's kind of cool because you can like to do, if I want to do that, I'm just gonna kind of like SD click. Like SD click, it's like a similar vibe where you go like shift D and then you click all the places and then you press shift again.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah.
I mean, both work.
Yeah. I've never heard of anyone doing it this way.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, people just associate shift with... Like, I'm wondering if it's got weird edge cases, you know?
Yeah.
Just because it's something I've never heard of.
Okay, so real quick, I'm just like, I want to take a worker. I- Is this something I'm going to want to?
So you are in your attack move mode, and you just left click a probe and then left click your building. So you just told your probe to attack your other probe and then attack your nexus.
Can you friendly fire like that? Oh, you can.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
there are times where you want to. um, so yeah, that is a thing.
Okay, so I would want to take a probe. Let's say I want to take a probe.
Mhm.
This probe is not doing anything. And that's
Yeah.
I imagine this is just going to happen where I'm like, oh, this guy's just been not doing anything for a long time.
Yeah. So right click that probe just to somewhere to have him not do anything.
Yeah.
Look at the bottom left above your mini map. You can see that is that F1 and the probe is idle. So
Yeah.
if you left click that, it'll select an idle worker. Usually you want to control left click that, which is select all idle workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing you'll run into. Yeah, selecting one idle worker is almost never what you want to do.
Okay. And this is what you have a hotkey for, right?
No,
This is what
I use F1 for this, but
yeah. This is what I would have.
honestly, I've just been clicking it lately. It's not something that comes up that much. Once you're like, trying to shift queue people back to doing things a lot. But what will happen is your main mineral fields will completely mine out, and then all the idle workers will stand there and do nothing because there's no minerals left.
Boom, make all these probes, then go to there. Mine shit. I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, and normally you'd like
Uh,
shift A while you're doing it, but
yeah. I'm gonna practice this like 5 times.
yeah.
Select this probe. Base D. Shift. Bam. Oh, why isn't it going? Oh, he needs to finish that.
Yeah, so sometimes you want to like first right click them in the direction of it so that they don't waste their time mining before they go build stuff for you. Because what happened there was
Like, oh, I see.
because you were
So I
holding shift, it's finish what you're
take,
doing and then go do this.
take you, move you there,
Yeah.
then shift D, shift, bam, then go back there, and I didn't shift A first. Cancel that order. It's not working. Cancel that order.
Maybe click it. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I just wasn't pressing the right button. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if you if you end up with too many pylons here, you can just friendly fire kill them just to give yourself space. That's a thing you'd do. That's a thing you'll probably run into at some point is you'll accidentally like box your unit into an area they can't escape. That happens to me a lot. Like you'll build so
You're
much.
working. I don't care about that mineral. I want you to go there. Then base D. Bam. I was over here. I shift A. And then you're going. No, I was supposed to do shift. I did control. Yeah, I'm gonna try that again.
Something maybe to also get used to is actually it's not that important to us. Don't worry about it.
Here, I shift A. Right click. And that's what does all that. Cool. I did that. I'm gonna do it a few more times.
Okay. See if at the end, if you control click the pylon, maybe you can hit maybe you can control click it. It'll select all pylons, and then maybe you can hit escape a few times, and
Yeah.
Because this is something you're going to be doing later. You're going to be building a bunch of warp gates. You won't be building. Sometimes you'll build a bunch of pylons like this, but you'll build a bunch of warp gates, and you'll want to select them all to put them in the control group, and so you'll want to like control click it. But
I feel like I could do this for like 10 minutes straight, and it'd be really helpful, actually. Okay. So, take my probe. Take one of these miners, move you there because I need supplies now. Paste D. Shift click, click, click. Go back to my base. There. When you click all of these, press escape. And escape, cancel them all.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
God, this is such a brain.
Yeah. Yeah, mind blowing to me that this game got as popular as it did.
All of
It's
these
so
are
hard.
selected right now, right?
No, they're not. It's telling you to select them because that's part of the objective.
Oh, because of the tutorial.
Yeah, yeah, it's a tutorial thing. This indicator you'll never see in a real game.
I click that. Oh, y'all are building. Click. Oh, but that one hadn't started yet. That makes sense.
Yeah. So an interesting thing, you had more than one probe selected that time. So, like multiple probes came out to each make their own pylon.
Kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. It's usually though you don't want to disrupt the mining of multiple probes, so you just have one probe go do
That makes
the
sense.
rounds. But when you're Terran, you want to build all these structures at the same time. You need your workers to all be building at the same time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very different.
Synchronous versus asynchronous.
Yeah, and Zerg same. Except them you never shift click back because they sacrifice themselves.
Okay. I'm like, wait, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I mean, later you're going to be doing an exercise probably that's like better than this because instead of doing it with pylons, you're going to be doing it with warp gates or
What are these
gateways.
guys? Protoss? That's what they're called?
Yeah, Protoss. Two S's, but yeah, same idea. Protoss.
Async creation. All units?
Buildings. Yeah. Basically, their probes are advanced and they just initiate warping in stuff.
Run. Cool. Let me grab. Oh, I'm actually gonna control tap. S. Warpin cybernetics core. Okay. So Ace cybernetics probe. Cybernetic core. I mean,
And you want to shift Q them back to the minerals. It's every time you build anything,
yeah.
get them back on there.
Walkers at the gate.
Your gateways are on Q, or they're the buildings that
Oh,
are highlighted.
gateway
Yeah.
is my producer's production.
Yeah. So remember, you built
Able
zealots.
stalkers. So this
Yep.
having this literally just makes it so that these can
Yep.
build stalkers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pylons, so I'm literally going there. Nope. There.
Look at them go.
Pylons are giving. Guys.
You can see you have them rallied in the back now. You can rally them somewhere else if you want. You Q and then right click somewhere.
These guys. Oh wait, I was supposed to assign. Once they're created.
Mm-hmm.
I need to manually add them.
Yeah.
S. So it's tricky because like with the Zerg, it's like as
Yeah.
soon as you start the creation of them,
Yeah.
you just add them to S.
Yes.
But you can't do that with Pro or with DOS.
Protoss and especially Terran. With Protoss, you actually are going to be able to do that partially. You're going to be able to do it with units from warp gates, but not units from your other buildings. I'll be showing you that.
What is going on? What is it?
It's just some cinematic thing. Yeah, the three races are always like at war with each other and amongst each other. So there's always like a canonical reason for any given matchup. So that's all the tutorials.
Cool.
So then, let's see. What are you thinking? Did you want to be taught some more stuff, or did you want to go to bed?
What should the vibe be? I mean, it's 3. I do have a meeting. I get.
Hey, wait, are you saying anything?
Oh wait, can you not hear me?
Oh wait, I can now. It seemed
Oh.
like your mouth was moving and I couldn't for a sec, but I don't know.
I mean, I was saying a bunch of stuff. I was saying.
Oh, weird. Oh wait, just cut out again.
Check.
No, it's fine. No, it's working.
My OBS seems to be saying.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped from my OBS.
Yeah.
Too, which probably means it's a hardware thing. Check.
It's fine now. Like it's possible that is the mic removable? Maybe it was just loose.
Oh,
No, wait, yeah.
I turn it off and back on.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see if it happens anymore. Oh, it just cut out again.
Oh.
Damn. Or these headsets just like unreliable?
It'd be crazy because I've been using
The
it
same
for.
problem you're having. Where it just cuts out?
But like I used that headset for so long. I feel like I mean
Yeah,
decently
yeah.
long, and then for us to within on the order of a
Oh,
day or
there.
two.
Yeah, it just did it again. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at the volume meter in OBS.
Yeah. Mine wasn't
Uh,
that bad. Like it wasn't happening
I
like this
wonder
reliably.
if it'll. I wonder if it ever happens if you don't have OBS up. Maybe it's an OBS thing.
Hmm.
Probably not, but it could be.
Yeah. If you could, if you wanted, you could get the HyperX software and you could turn on side channel so you can hear yourself all the time, and then you'd know.
Well, that could be like a separate thing though. That might just always work even if it's cutting out, right?
Well, it depends. If the
But I would
issues,
like that. I feel like I like monitoring.
yeah, I like it. Mic monitoring, yeah, it's great. But if it's if it's like if the mic is disconnecting, for instance, then that would you wouldn't hear yourself then. You
Are you
would.
sure?
I think so, because there'd be nothing to pick up your voice. Yeah, I can't hear you again, but
Check. Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it would just yeah, because if I well, for one, if I manually turn the mic off, I no longer hear myself in the mic monitoring. But also if I just walk into a room that's far enough away, I won't hear myself anymore.
okay, so it does actually do a round trip from
Yeah.
HyperX into
Yeah, ingenuity.
store.
Ingenuity.
Dude, it's kind of nice when things are just on the Microsoft.
Yeah, I actually just today I got Ingenuity and I got something else and I was like, I didn't even really realize that this Microsoft Store was a thing. But I mean, I guess it's nice that it's like, these are presumably things that are safe to download,
Yeah. Like, what if we had an app store?
Yeah.
Why does my mic keep cutting out?
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. This never happened, and then suddenly it's just happening a ton right now.
Was it happening, or like, when was your monitoring?
I didn't have monitoring on then. I only got this app when I got the new headset. Yeah, might as
I'm
well.
installing some drivers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wait, it's muted you. Or yeah, okay. It's cut out again. Oh wait, now I'm hearing you again.
Okay, I'm gonna restart my computer.
Oh, okay.
Alright, wait. Can
Mhm.
you hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
So it says this person says that it especially seems to happen when they're doing screen sharing on Discord.
Interesting.
And also, I'm like, right now,
Yeah.
as I'm talking,
Yeah.
the mic aux is not lighting up in OBS. I have a theory that it's an OBS thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Which is maybe good news, since that might just have a perfectly good headset then. Oh no, you were having other problems. But yeah, I'm gonna restart my computer. I will be back in a sec.
Okay. Yo.
Up. Actually, wait. I'm gonna share my screen. Actually, for a while, I'm gonna not share my screen, and we're gonna see if it happens at all.
Okay.
Like, we'll see. We'll see if it happens at all.
Yeah.
And also, I can turn on. Hold up. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna turn on my webcam. Then you'll be able to see. Link 4K. Damn. Now you can see if my mouth is moving, and you'll be able to tell if it cuts out. But headset off. Mic monitoring on. Wow, I love it. Crazy, 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 crazy. Check.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so this microphone. Check.
Yeah, I feel like it cut mid-word at some point there.
Wait, I think it's.
Oh.
Oh, it's. I turned it down.
Oh, okay.
You can. Am I like really loud now?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I am. I can hear you at all now, yeah. Wait, that's cool. Is that something you can just do in the Ingenuity software?
The software, yeah.
Cool.
So you can just like make your mic. Like my mic's probably really loud now.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can also just control. Okay.
Okay, I hear you again. I don't hear you now.
Don't hear me?
Now I do. But I
Okay.
didn't when you
Wait,
were talking
I
there.
think. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I think I was maybe just like mumbling a bunch or something.
Hmm.
Check.
Yeah. Do you have mic monitoring on?
Yeah, now I do.
Okay.
And the mic monitoring's been working the whole time.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
I think honestly I just turned my microphone level down enough so that maybe the
Yeah.
amount that was picked up was low enough that Discord didn't recognize it as
Yeah. This I
like
think you're
talking.
possibly turned up too much maybe. It's
Yeah.
pretty high, but
This is probably okay.
yeah, that seems
Okay.
good.
So even if I'm kind of mumbling, Discord will probably pick it up. So I think
Yep.
at this point I don't think that any I don't think that it's dropping out at all, right? And that's with this camera. In the camera. So now I'm like, if I open up OBS, open up OBS. When I open up OBS, it makes my camera all glitchy. Bam. I'm gonna start my virtual camera on my camera. All right. Okay. So now I'm curious as to whether this is going to cause it to cut out at all. Huh. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's actually OBS. Add audio input. HyperX Cloud. Egg. Okay.
Mhm.
This. So now I wonder if this will. Yeah, this is kind of working a little different than before in my OBS, but it seems like it's working, and it's pretty consistently showing stuff. That's cool. I wonder if like the new drivers made it any better.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be cutting out, but
Cool.
the question is if I'm streaming or
Yeah.
if I'm sharing my screen. So right now I'm not
Mhm.
sharing my screen. I'm
Yeah.
using the OBS virtual camera. So
Yeah.
if I share my screen, because the person said if they're sharing their screen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if that's gonna cut out at all. I'm just gonna talk for like
Mhm.
1 minute because it was happening much more than once per minute.
Mhm.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U
That
V
seems fine.
W. Yeah, it seems fine. So now I actually am going to start streaming. Oh, wait. Start streaming. Yep, manage broadcast. Mic test. Bam. Creating a new live broadcast. Okay. So this is now, I think, basically the state that I was in, which is I'm streaming, I'm sharing my screen, although I'm not actually sharing like an application, but I'm sharing my screen.
Mhm.
And I'm I've got my OBS virtual camera. So I'm doing all this and it's not cutting out. When you downloaded this HyperX Ingenuity or whatever, did it do the new drivers and stuff?
It actually didn't. I was planning
Okay.
on it doing that, but it just didn't say there were any. So
Okay, okay. Hmm. Well, it seems to be working fine now. Hopefully it doesn't
yeah.
cause any problems. It's also like pretty quiet in OBS. Could you say something again?
Check. Check. Testing.
Okay. Wait. Check, check, check. Oh, wait, what? Okay. So yeah, so now I'm like, could you say something again? I just want to like mix these a little bit.
Testing. Testing. Check. Check. Testing.
Okay.
Check.
Check, 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 check. Give me another like 2 checks.
Check. Check. Testing. 1, 2. Test. Test.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's like tricky because my mic is coming in really quiet. Like, I don't really know. I mean, maybe I can add a filter that like fucking gains it. I can do that, I guess. Add like 10 dB. Check, check, check. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I wonder how crunchy that is. I'm just gonna keep desktop audio at 0. Say like check again.
Check. Testing. Testing.
I don't, dude, it comes in so hot. Do you see that? Like when you talk,
Check. Testing.
the
Oh
desktop
yeah.
like clipping,
Wow.
like super clipping. So I'm
Crazy.
literally gonna. I feel like I don't like using those. I want to
Mm,
like get it generally dialed in. Like
yeah.
I go filters, gain. Okay, let's say you're
Mm,
5 dB quieter. Or my desktop audio is 5 dB quieter. Say check again.
check. 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 Seems good. Maybe. Check. Check.
This gain.
Yeah, I have my desktop audio on minus 5.3 dB.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to be able to use these just like as like a
Yeah, like volume.
like, oh, I'm gonna turn this down a little. It'd be nice if maybe I should have them like at minus a little bit. Yeah, I actually almost wish they were all like -5 by default.
Hmm.
That you can like adjust up or
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Yeah. But
That's what I want.
would like the
But I think,
stream be more quiet then?
well, it's always like mixing. I'm kind of this is like
Yeah.
if I just have everything here
Mm-hmm.
and this is like -5
Yeah.
is where it generally lives, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where that lives. So if I'm like, oh, I want to turn something up a little bit, I can turn it up to 5 dB, right?
Yeah.
I want to turn it down a little bit, I can move it down a little bit. But -5 is the main one. So I feel like you generally want stuff in the yellow, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like, ooh. I mean, it
Yeah.
depends on how compressed the audio is. So here, I'm actually going to. So this is my mic, which probably should be pretty loud. So I'm going to go to filters. If I want it in the yellow, I'll just make this 10 dB. Check, check, check. That's pretty yellow, pretty yellow. Could you say something?
Check. Oh. Check, check,
Okay.
check,
Pretty
check.
hot. It's pretty hot. I'll bring mine. Also pretty hot. Plus 15. Check. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know. Probably generally fine. Check. Not really clipping. All right. Well, it didn't cut out for that whole thing. So maybe new drivers is what was needed. Have you used this software on your headset?
Only I downloaded it today and I've been using it. I mostly just turned on mic monitoring though.
No, sorry, your old headset, your HyperX T.
Oh, no, I never did.
Okay, so maybe if you use that, it'll say we have new drivers.
Yeah, I would guess it might.
That
Yeah.
could fix it,
That's a good point.
which could be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that could be
I mean,
cool.
you probably want like a backup headset, would be my guess.
Yeah, it'd be good.
But
Doesn't hurt.
I was kind of like just looking for one of these. Like Nico was like, "Wait, I want to get a gaming
Oh.
headset," and I was like,
Got it.
"But yeah,
Yeah, I
having
mean,
a backup that's reliable is cool."
if Nico doesn't mind a wired one, they're pretty cheap to get.
I like the wireless headset vibe is so like good.
Yeah, it's pretty
You know,
nice.
like walk around. And
Yeah,
just so nice.
yeah.
All right, I do have a meeting at. Let me check. At 11. God. I just. It'll be the last time, but I'm just getting
Yeah.
no updates from Alice. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been one day. But
I'm like, if she was like, I reached out to HR, I'd be like,
yeah.
It's also tricky because a week from today, I'm leaving town for a week.
Yeah.
So like, if my last day is going to be, basically, I'm like, I think this weekend, I need to go and like basically take all my stuff.
Yeah.
That if my last day, like, is there anything, do I need to physically be there for my last day? You know?
Probably not.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a bit odd.
It is kind of odd.
It's a bit Irish goodbye.
I know, and I don't want that. But I'm like, gonna be gone.
I know.
Next week, I'm gonna be in town on Monday, and that's it. So I'm I'm kind of like I want to race to the.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that is unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Well, I'll talk to Alice about that, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, what are you thinking of the StarCraft so far?
StarCraft. I actually think. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. Actually.
That's crazy. That's so
Um.
sick.
I mean, yeah. I just really see. Like I map so much stuff to so much other stuff now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think just like the feeling of getting fast at keyboard shortcuts. It's like this is such a like concentrated,
Yeah.
like I don't know. It seems like at first
Mhm.
you could like really just be like there's it seems like the noob gains at first
Yeah.
can be fairly mindless.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like kind of like with like when I was like, "Oh, I'm going to work on gun." With this it's like, "Oh, I'm going to work on shortcuts."
Well, okay. Kinda. It's honestly you get that pretty fast actually.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pretty rapidly. And then it becomes something that's like it's a lot of like focus. Like you'll be amazed at how hard it is to just hit Q and W. You're really just alternating between those two and being like, are they both making buildings all the time? And like your inability to do that will shock you.
Like to like be able to
Just
remember to do that.
yeah, because you'll be doing other stuff in between, but it's like not that much, and you'll just be like, "Oh, I haven't been building workers. Why haven't I? I just forgot again." Like sometimes some of the things are like, so for instance, my filling up my water bottle takes a really long time, so I just like put it under the faucet and like leave it for a while.
Yeah.
Uh, like StarCraft's kind of like that sometimes, where it's
Mhm.
like you have the asynchronous task going on, you just gotta be like, all right, I need to remember in like 20 seconds to come back to this. um,
Yeah.
but building workers is like you should be doing that like nonstop. It's the most important thing in the game, and it's gonna be emphasized so much, and you're still just gonna not do it. You're like, how can I still not do it? It's like it's really funny. Doing some aim practice.
Yeah, I think I'm like gonna be I'm trying to be like back on my bullshit here. And this map,
Yeah.
I've been able to dial it in so that it's okay. So what you
Mm-hmm.
do is you have to go down to one bot
Uh huh.
and then you're like, wow, that takes a long time to respawn.
Yeah.
So you go and you turn on instant respawn. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But one thing you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this. Wow, this is
Oh.
crazy. You
Yeah.
literally need to um MP random spawn 1.
So funny.
And then I actually like it so when they're not looking at me,
Oh.
because like sometimes I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, to get different angles, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it better to do it with the Deagle than with the AK? I feel like with the
I don't actually. I think AK is probably better.
yeah, I think it's probably better to learn with the AK. And maybe
Um.
do like 2 or 3 shots. Or two.
Well, should I be doing 2 or 3?
Cause then you practice like a bit of the
Bay control.
a little bit,
I
yeah.
do want to say headshot only. Headshot only.
Yeah, yeah, definitely turn that on for sure.
And honestly, I was having a pretty fun time.
Mhm.
I was doing this for a sec. Literally. Uh, literally pulling up a metronome
Oh yeah.
and so this is going like g g g g So if it's like every 2. Oh, God. This sort of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like, kind of like, I want to be able to do it so that I'm like not really thinking at all. So I'm going really slow
Mm-hmm.
so that I can be doing audio Spanish lessons while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Oh no. But um, I honestly feel like this is kind of so slow that it,
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I think Mike might have cut out again.
oh,
I think it did.
check.
It's
Okay,
fine now,
okay. Yeah.
but it might have.
I'm gonna keep talking for a sec while it's. I will be talking while I do the aim. Actually, is a good test to see if I'll be able to. If I can't just like talk while I'm doing this, then I can't be learning Spanish.
Hmm.
Talking right now. I'm gonna slow down the metronome. 100 BPM is too much.
Oh, it cut out. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh.
Now I can.
I mean, I wasn't really. I was going.
Mm. Oh, I see.
So maybe that's why I was cutting out. It's because it was like.
Yeah, yeah. I just got like really tired. I probably should go to bed.
Go to sleep.
All right. Have